Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Static Screen. And today we are talking about some wrestling. That's right, because WrestleMania 34 is just around the corner. We're a week away at this point. I'm hoping to get this video up on, say, Sunday or Monday. So yeah, we're about a week away. We got another Raw, another Smackdown, another NXT beforehand. But we're heading into WrestleMania weekend, and it's exciting. It's fun. As a wrestling fan, it's one of the best times of year. Now, several years back, I think like 4 years ago now at this point. Yeah, it would have been 4 years ago at this point. I did up a video, I think it was slightly after the Royal Rumble. It might have been in February, where I did a ideal WrestleMania 30, because it was a big one. Yeah, just, the big WrestleMania at that time. And this year, WrestleMania 34 is looking really good. We got some really good build-up for some matches, others less so. Some of which were going good, but sharp turn off to the side, and like, what are they doing now? But we'll get to that when we get to that. For the purpose of this video, I want to run down the card as it is right now on March the 28th. That's when I'm recording this. So I do have the match card here pulled up on Wikipedia. We're going to start with the bottom and work our way up here, because the big matches are right on the top, which I really want to talk about. So, starting off at number 13. This is a big match. This is a really big match for the fact that we see the return of Daniel Bryan in the ring again. His in-ring return at WrestleMania. And right now he's teaming up with Shane McMahon to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And as announced on Smackdown last night, if Kevin and Sami win, they get rehired. If they don't win, they stay fired. So I think we all can see where this match is going. And it's a bit bittersweet in one way, because we want to see one thing happen, but another thing is going to be happening in this match. So, thoughts on this? First half, Shane was hospitalized. He's got that digestive disease or infection that Brock Lesnar had that took him out of action for a while. And it's surprising that they're saying Shane is going to be ready for Mania, because that doesn't seem like something you can get over that fast for. So it won't surprise me if they have to substitute somebody in beforehand. And it wouldn't surprise me that they go ahead with this, because Shane is probably crazy anyway. But yeah, this should be a really good match. It'll be great to see Bryan back in the ring, especially with Kevin and Sami, two of my personal favorites in recent years. But this is what I think is going to happen in this matchup. The match is going to go ahead fine for the most part, but at the end, Daniel's in the ring, turns on Shane, takes Shane out, gets Sami and Kevin the win. Daniel Bryan is back, but he's a heel. Yeah, I think this is the way things are going to go with this matchup. That that Bryan is going to turn on Shane, help Kevin and Sami win the match, and the three of them, they start their own faction on SmackDown, I guess. But then we got the Superstar Shake-Up that'll be happening a week or 2 weeks after WrestleMania, so who knows what will happen there. But I think it'd be really cool if we get a faction of Sami, Kevin, and Bryan. That'll be really cool in my opinion. So next up here on the match card, number 12, we have Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Pre-show match, I guess. This has to be a pre-show match, because the next match has to be on the main card this year. So who do I think's going to win this? As of right now, the entrants are Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, The Revival, Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley, Ty Dillinger, Matt Hardy, Dolph Ziggler, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. Surprising to see Dolph Ziggler being stuck into this match, but you know what? I could kind of see him winning out of this bunch, maybe. Or we'll see a surprising win like we had the past few years. The only one that wasn't really surprising was Big Show. Because before that, we had Cesaro win the Battle Royale. After Big Show, I believe it was Baron Corbin who won. Then Mojo Rawley won last year. So, yeah, I can see somebody surprising win this match, or Dolph Ziggler. The next match, which will be on the main card for sure, is the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. Thankfully, they changed the name on that match. Good on them. They should just call it the China Memorial Battle Royal, okay? That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Or even the Miss Elizabeth Battle Royale. That would be really, really sweet and cool. So far in this matchup, we got Sasha Banks, Becky, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Natalya, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Bayley, and Lana in this matchup. It would be really funny if Lana actually wins this, but I think the match is going to wind down to Sasha versus Bayley. Those two will be the final two contestants because they've been pushing their back and forth friends, but kind of breaking up as friends kind of storyline for the past few weeks now. So I can see it accumulating in this Battle Royal match, and those two end up just putting on one hell of a show as the last two women in the matchup. And I say Bayley goes over. She finally gets a bit of comeuppance over Sasha Banks. So, yeah, that's what I can see for that. Next up, we've got Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. This is going to be Kurt and Ronda winning this. Ronda putting Steph into an armbar and making her tap out. That's going to be in the end of this matchup, but I think it's going to be fun. It'll be just great to see Kurt and Triple H fighting again in the ring. This ain't going to be a 5-star spectacular by any means, but I think it'll give us a great idea of like how good Ronda is in the ring, how comfortable she is in the ring. It's going to be fun. This is just a pure fun matchup. Speaking of pure fun matchups, number 9 here we have Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship. This could seal the show. These two are incredible athletes. 205 Live has just been fire recently. Ever since they booted Enzo out and they've kind of rebranded a little bit. Rumor has it that not rumor has it, but Triple H has taken back over the competition and they're just letting them go out there now and do what they can do, and it's been exciting and fun. And these two, they're going to put on one hell of a match if they get the time to do it and if they're allowed to do it. And I really hope this isn't put onto the pre-show. This needs to be on the main show. This would be the perfect match to kick off WrestleMania. Number 8. This is probably going to be put onto the main show because of the Usos having said that they haven't been on the WrestleMania main card for as long as they've been in the WWE now. So there's a good chance that this will be on the main show, which means, yeah, it's going to be really hard here to say what goes on the pre-show this year. They're probably going to take the Cruiserweight title there, and that pains me so very much. Okay, so number 8, we have the Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. I think this is going to be a good match. This is going to be, fun. I really hope the Bludgeon Brothers win. Aside from those hammers, which is really stupid, I really like Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I think they're awesome. Luke Harper especially. He's top notch, man. He should have been in the WWE Championship last year at WrestleMania in that horrible bout between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. which we all wish to forget about as hard as we try, but we can't. Yeah, my hope here is that the Bludgeon Brothers win, but I can also see the New Day winning. I don't see the Usos retaining their championships. They're going to get on the WrestleMania card for the first time ever, but it's not going to turn out the way that they want to. They're not going to have a Zack Ryder storyline here this year where they win at WrestleMania. Next up, number 7, my most anticipated and excited matchup for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, versus Braun Strowman and a mystery tag team partner. We still don't know who Braun's tag team partner is going to be. But you know who it should be? You're damn right. It should be Elias. Even though right now it kind of doesn't make sense. And the way they've kind of built this, Braun should have won the Battle Royal, said, I don't need a tag team partner. Just completely demolished Sheamus and Cesaro these past 2 weeks, which he hasn't. They've put on competitive matches with him. They've been good. It's always fun to see Strowman fight and beat people up. What they should have done here was Braun refusing to get a tag team partner all along, and Kurt going, no, Braun, you need a tag team partner for this match regardless, and I'm going to give you a tag team partner for this matchup. And he ends up putting Elias in the matchup. With the thought process of, you two guys are really just beating the hell out of each other. More so Braun beating up you, Elias, but you guys know each other. You've fought now several times, so use that to your advantage. I'm putting you together, and you're going to go challenge Sheamus and Cesaro. And this would be a nice mirror reflection of what happened with Sheamus and Cesaro, where after a best-of-7 series, Mick Foley was like, you both win, because it ended up being a draw, so you're getting a tag team title shot. He put them together, and they've been fantastic as a tag team. So having Braun being forced to tag with Elias would make a lot of sense for this, long stretching storyline with Sheamus and Cesaro. That would be really good, but they haven't done that. That being said, it's still going to be fun watching Braun just destroy the Bar at WrestleMania. And who knows, maybe they'll stick him in the ring, give him Big Show as a tag team partner, or Mark Henry. I've heard that name tossed around too. That'd be really interesting, I guess. That'd be really fun. Alright, so next up on the match chart here, we've got Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. This is going to be a awesome matchup. Asuka wins. I cannot see them having her streak end at WrestleMania. She needs to get that title, hold it for 6 months before her streak is broken. Have her win the championship at WrestleMania and have her carry that championship all the way to Survivor Series this year, or even the Rumble next year. Have that long stretch where she just has the title. Hell, let her have the title till next WrestleMania, WrestleMania 35. And they do a rematch between her and Charlotte in the main event match, final match of the night. They put on a fantastic 5-star bout right at the end. And Charlotte finally manages to win the championship back. That would be really cool. Next up, number 5. This match I can really see being put onto the pre-show, which is a little bit of a shame, but compared to a lot of these other matches, it's not a big match. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. This will be good. I don't see it being amazing in any regards. I could be wrong. These ladies have proven everybody wrong in recent years. So, yeah, this could be good, but I don't see it being main show worthy, unfortunately. Next up, number 4, I can also see this being on the pre-show, but Mr. Orton might not agree with that. So we have Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. Yeah, Machka. For the United States Championship. Bobby Roode has to win this, right, to get the title back. But man, would it ever be glorious if Rusev won the matchup. That would be really great, I think. I would like to see Rusev back with the U.S. title again. He is so over. The fans love him. They're still kind of booking him as a heel, which doesn't really make sense. He's kind of in tweener territory right now, which is good. But, yeah. I like to see Rusev win. Jinder's not winning this title. Orton really doesn't need a win at Mania this year, so yeah. Give it to Bobby Roode or give it back to Rusev. Maybe have Rusev beat Roode, and then we can kind of go in this transition period of, Roode being a heel again, which is the best version of Bobby Roode. Not Bobby Roode who wears a robe everywhere he goes. Number 3, The Miz versus Seth versus Finn. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Miz has been putting on the bet. This is for the IC Championship too, by the way. I never said that. This is going to be a really, really good matchup. I can kind of see Miz winning this, with Seth and Finn focusing on one another. The Miz using that brain power of his to squeak out a victory. So I can see that happening with The Miz winning. But maybe Seth wins and becomes a Grand Slam champion. They kind of like doing that recently. Or maybe Finn wins. Finn kind of needs a victory right now. This is kind of hard to call. Maybe Seth or Finn's going to win because Miz has a kid on the way and maybe wants to take a bit of time off for that. Who knows? But, yeah. Going to be a good match either way. And speaking of good matches, this is the thing with this WrestleMania. There's so many good quality matches here. Like, nothing I have read up till this point makes me go, ugh, I gotta sit through that. This is gonna be boring. No, there's nothing here on this card this year which makes me go, fuck. I guess that's the bathroom break. If anything, it's the U.S. title match. Maybe Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, but other than that, I'm really invested in all of these matchups. It's really cool this year. Like I said, we got the return of Daniel Bryan. Like any other year, if that was on the main card and the rest of the matches were crap, you'd be like, wow, that alone, that's worth seeing WrestleMania for. And this year, like, all of these matches are so good. That leads us to number 2 here for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. If you've never seen their match at Wrestle Kingdom several years ago, look it up. It's great. It is just awesome. And if they're allowed to go out there and just put on the match of the night, this could be the 5-star matchup of the night. Like, bar none. This could be the match of the night. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Hopefully AJ's not too injured, but knowing that guy, he's probably going to just fight through any pain he has to still put on one hell of a show. And it's great that we're getting this matchup, because then in the main event, this match. Okay, maybe when I said that all of these matches had me excited, maybe I was lying a little bit. Maybe this is the one bathroom break. This is maybe the, I don't need to watch this. I can just turn off Mania right now. It is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Now, who in their right mind really wants to see Roman Reigns win the WWE Championship or Universal title in this instance at WrestleMania? Winner, Roman Reigns. Win the Intercontinental title this year. Hold on to it, say, up until Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble next year. Have him enter the Rumble, win the Rumble, go on to WrestleMania and win the title at WrestleMania 31. That's what should happen. Will it happen? No. That right there, that's proof about how shitty storytelling can completely turn your mind around on somebody. Yeah, back when I recorded that WrestleMania 30 hype video, I spoke about an IC title match between Roman Reigns versus Big E. Wow, how times have changed there, hey folks. Um, and I suggested in that video that Roman would win the Rumble and go on to WrestleMania 31 to fight for the championship, which he did against Brock, and thankfully Seth did the cash in and everything. But I was behind Roman at that time. I was like, yeah, give the guy another year of build up, and I could totally see him going on to WrestleMania and winning the WWE Championship in a year's time. I honestly believe that. I was okay with that. I was fine with that. And then we got the kind of booking that we got with Roman, where he just, jammed down our throats all the time, and completely changed my opinion on the guy. And this is where we get to this matchup. About, what was it, 4 weeks ago at this point? 5? Yeah, about 4 weeks ago. He spoke about fighting Brock at Mania and how Brock's never here, but he is, and he's doing his job. And you know what? Started to come around on Roman again. I'm like, yeah, dude's cutting really good promos here, and he's right, We want that Universal title on a guy who's around all the time, who's putting on matches, not a guy who just goes back to Canada. I'm Canadian here too, by the way. Brock's not Canadian, just lives in Canada. Ignore that mumbling. But a champion who just stares at his land and is not around, who just pops in when he wants to be. And god damn, was I ever getting behind Roman then? I'm like, yeah, go to Mania, beat Brock, get that title. And then the last 2 weeks have happened. 2 weeks ago, Roman shows up after being suspended and gets handcuffed by U.S. Marshals and then proceeds to get beaten up by Brock. And when this is happening, the fans cheer for it. They're cheering for Brock here because they're beating up Roman Reigns. And everybody likes to see Roman Reigns just get beat up. What would have been great in that segment is if Roman got the upper hand. That's what they need to do here. It's what they really needed to do. What they needed to do was keep Brock off TV till WrestleMania. That would have been fantastic. That would have built up so much fucking heat around Brock Lesnar and actually gotten people behind Roman saying, yeah, he is here. This Roman Reigns guy, you know what? Might not really care too much what he's done, but yeah, at least he's here. At least he's showing up. At least he's doing his job. It's kind of like one of the reasons why people really started getting behind The Miz after his, promo on Talking Smack with Daniel Bryan. That's one of the big reasons why people really turned around on The Miz going, yeah, this guy has been here for this long. This guy is showing up. This guy is wrestling. He might not be, breaking his neck for us, but he's here. He's entertaining us. He's never really gone anywhere. I can respect that. And that was the kind of feeling we were getting behind Roman Reigns, too, Might not like the guy very much, but yeah, at least he's here. At least he's doing his job. And Brock, well, we see him once in a while. He's the champion, but he's never around. Why should we really care about this guy who's not wrestling here each week and putting on a show for us? It was good, man. It was really good. But yeah, you had him get beat up by those U.S. Marshals. And then this past Monday night, in the ring, cutting a promo, Roman Reigns shows up, gets a steel chair, and before he even really gets to attack, Brock Lesnar attacks Roman Reigns. Roman gets a little bit of offense in, but Brock gets the upper hand completely, just demolishes his Reigns again, and the fans start shouting, stuff like, you deserve it one more time. And we're right back in this situation again where they're trying to build Roman Reigns up as a guy who gets heat. Or, sorry, who's an underdog against Brock Lesnar. Who's going to get his ass whooped week after week after week. And then when the match happens, he's going to beat up again and again and again. And we're just sitting there waiting for, oh, there it goes. Roman's getting the upper hand now. Superman punch, spear, hits the ropes 3 or 4 times, spear, victory, win. That's what's going to happen. We all expect it now. I mean, I think all of us know that Roman Reigns is going to win. If he doesn't, mind explosion. But we all know Roman's going to win this matchup, walk away with the Universal title. It's obvious. We all know that's going to happen. But what they could have done was actually build this up in a great way. Because the best Roman Reigns we've seen over the years is when he just lets loose and starts beating the shit out of people. Remember when Sheamus beat him for the WWE Championship there several years ago? And he just let loose on Triple H and just beat the ever-loving shit out of Triple H. We were all cheering that because, yeah, that's the Roman Reigns we want to see. The guy who doesn't give a shit and just beats the living tar out of people. That's why we love Braun Strowman so much right now. It's because he does that. And it's built him up so organically. It's great that way. But they just doesn't seem to want to do that with Roman Reigns. They turn back to this usual formula again, and it's not working. It's not good. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, the one match I didn't talk about here, because it hasn't been made official yet, The Undertaker versus John Cena. This is going to happen. How it's going to happen, though, we really don't know yet. Could happen up on Monday Night Raw coming up next week. April 2nd, I do believe. Where Cena will go out again and say something, say anything, and we get the gong. And Taker makes his reply. Maybe he's there, maybe he's not. Personally, what I kind of like to see out of this is we don't get an answer from Undertaker. Cena goes to WrestleMania as a fan. And throughout the night, he's just hanging out. You know, he's kind of like the host of WrestleMania this year, where he'll be front row for one match, or he'll be up in the bleachers for another, partying with some fans. And then, you know, maybe around the midway of the evening, the 2.5 hour mark of this 5 hour show. Let's not forget that WrestleMania is 5 hours long. Not including the pre-show. That included about an 8 hour show. Woo! Good golly, Miss Molly, that's going to be a long day. Yeah. So yeah, Cena's, around 2.5 hour mark, he's down by, ringside again, celebrating with the fans. Maybe he gets to be interviewed by Renee Young. She's asking him, how is your night going, John? Are you having fun here at WrestleMania? He's like, yeah, really am. Wish I could be doing something else, but, I'm still here. I'm still not feeding off the energy of the WWE Universe, but I'm with it. I'm contributing to it. Everything's going great, and the lights go off, and you hear the gong. Dead man walking. American Badass Taker rolls out, gets into the ring, and quite simply looks over at John and goes, come get some. We get an impromptu match right then and there on the main show. Finally getting Cena versus Undertaker. Be awesome, be a real surprise. Taker goes over. John basically giving Undertaker and giving the fans, the send-off that Undertaker really deserves. Not last year when Reigns defeated him for the sole purpose of building up to this year where we have the guy who beat the streak and the guy who also beated the Undertaker after the streak was already over at WrestleMania. To see who is the ultimate Undertaker beater, I guess. That's the whole point between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, even though they haven't even brought that fact up. They haven't even used that story. That just clicked in my brain then, too. That they haven't even acknowledged that. That's kind of what we got last year, the Raw after Mania with Heyman and Brock talking about that. And they haven't even gone with that storyline. They haven't even touched on it. Why? Okay, mini rant over there. That just randomly clicked in my brain at that moment talking about The Undertaker. Whew. But either way, WrestleMania this year should be really fun, and I just noticed that this video is going into 30 minutes of me just rambling on. So yeah, that's going to do it, folks. I hope you're excited for WrestleMania as well. I know I am. Cannot wait. Let me know down in the comments below which matches you're really excited for. What's aggravating your brain over maybe some of these matches, or just simply Roman versus Brock and how they could have actually made that good. But anyways, I've been Lord X. You have been awesome. I'm Walking with Elias, and I will catch you next time.